Most people think that Westminster is Big Ben, and of course it is one of the most famous, iconic pieces of architecture in the world, even though it's less than 200 years old. But actually there are very few MPs' offices in the House of Commons. The House of Commons holds the chambers and the debates and the committee rooms and Speaker's House, and maybe about 60 to 100 MPs, but there are 645 of us, so we can't all have an office in here. Actually, I prefer not to have an office, so it does me good to walk between places, and also you get a chance to just bump into MPs you were wanting to meet or ministers, so it's a very good thing not to be in the House, I think. So this is Westminster, as you can see, and then across the way is a brand new building which is called Portcullis House. It was designed by Sir Michael Hopkins. It's a wonderful, wonderful building. 7 floors. It's got a ground floor and first floor for committee and the public, and then floors 2 to 7 are again MPs' offices. I'm in Old Scotland Yard. I'm in what's called Normanshaw North or Normanshaw South. Mine is Normanshaw North. Westminster employs about 50,000 people, so it's very much like a small town. And then right across the estate goes for about 1.5 miles up Whitehall, then it goes down to Millbank to number 7, and it goes across Parliament Square. There are buildings everywhere. I mean, at the DTI, which is in Victoria Street, there are 8,000 civil servants. This building here is the Treasury. The Treasury has about 7,000 civil servants. Next to the Treasury is the most famous and the largest and the most ornate, which is the Foreign Office, now called the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. It has thousands and thousands and thousands of civil servants. In fact, the Foreign Office has its own civil service and seems to be a separate department completely from government. And then as you move up Whitehall, which is where we are now, you see the Cenotaph and you see the various memorials. Of course, we've recently had Remembrance Sunday. And here is Downing Street. Unfortunately, no longer can you just go up and have your photo taken as Harold Wilson did when he was a boy. You can occasionally get permission to go in, but it's very heavily guarded, as you can see now. And then the rest of Whitehall are departments. There's Department of Local Government, there's the Welsh Office, Ministry of Defence, the War Office, and endless more civil servants. They're not really needed now. You could have hot desking all over the place, and you could have many more of them working in the regions, which I'd like to see. But eventually it'll happen, but because government moves so slowly, don't bank on it happening before the end of this century.